You that is tying your hair with turban and wearing skirt and covering your neck. I am not saying it's bad to cover your neck or cover your clothes, cover your body to your neck. You know that when you go to sleep, a man comes to sleep with you. A man comes to have sex with you that is not your husband. You're not even married, you're having sex. You wake up, you pretend as if nothing happened. You still go to church, go to choir, go to drama group, go to ushering department and still usher people. And yet you're in church, you're in you're hearing the word of God, you're praying, yet you're not seeing any progress in your life. You're encountering delays, you're encountering disappointments. Beautiful lady, beautiful handsome man, and people keep coming to you for marriage, yet the marriage never gets to happen. It never happens. As long as you keep depositing your sperms to different women and you keep opening your leg for sperms of different men to be planted into you or deposited into you, you are a candidate for spiritual marriages. Because you don't know the person you will sleep with or you will have sex with that has this spirit husband. It's transferable. If you have sex with anybody that is suffering from spirit husband, you have collected and harvested spirit husband. The moment you break the covenant of God or you break the laws of God, you are susceptible, you are open for the evasion of demonic spirit. Number one is spirit husband and spirit. Hello, hi everyone. This is Heart Matters podcast with Pastor Glory Samson. Let's talk Heart Matters. All right. In one of the videos I did, I talked about causes of delay in settling down in marriage or getting into the institution called marriage. I outlined certain causes or reasons for delay. We have the spiritual factors, we have the psychological factors, we have attitudinal factors, and we have physical factors also, which is inclusive of health factors. And basically I started on the spiritual factors that can lead to delay in settling down in marriage or getting into this institution called marriage. One of the issues I laid out under the spiritual factor is the issue of spiritual marriages. And I did say that spiritual marriage is a covenant entered into by an individual, a living person, and a spirit. And how do you know that you are suffering from such demonic covenants? You oftentimes you have wet dreams, you have intercourse in your dream, sometimes you see yourself breastfeeding a baby in the dream, sometimes you see yourself backing a baby in the dream, and sometimes they tell you that the baby is destiny or a vision. Yeah, it can have different interpretation, but once you are bedeviled with delay, once you notice that certain things that ought to have taken place in your life is being delayed or is dragged, then you need to look into spiritual marriages. 99.9% of young people or young persons are actually covenanted to these demonic spiritual marriages. 99.9%. How do you get yourself involved in such marriages where you see yourself sleeping with a lady in the dream and even ejaculating? That's for men. And then the woman having sex with a man in the dream and getting wet, getting excited, and you wake up physically, there's no man. Sometimes they use the face of a fiancé, sometimes they use the face of your brother, sometimes they use the face of a friend, and For some of us, we just wake up from that dream. In fact, some men, they tell their sons, it's wet dream. Every young man that is growing up, advancing, actually goes through wet dreams. But is it just wet dreams? Is it just wet dreams? Is it normal? Is it normal? Is it scriptural that as a young man growing up, you must find yourself having intercourse in the dream and ejaculating, even to wake up and you are wet? Is it normal? Little wonder you have challenges, financial challenges, academic challenges, delays in the manifestations of good things. I've encountered people that have interviews, job interviews, and in the night preceding the interview due date, they have this wet dream stuff, and then they go for that interview. You see that all that they have read or prepared for, the head is totally blanked or blanked out. The head is cleared of everything they have studied. But here they are before a panel, jittering because somebody somewhere have taken out substance from them. Remember that anytime you release sperms, anytime you are wet as a lady or the man, you release sperms, the sperms contains virtues. The sperms contains potential children. Anytime you engage in sex, whether physical or spiritual or in the dream, something leaves you as a man. As a man, something leaves you. As a woman, something enters into you. Because in the physical world, when two parties in a relationship or partners engage in intercourse, the man deposits sperm into the woman, and the woman's egg fertilizes that sperm, and then she's pregnant. Sperm leaves the man and enters into the woman. So anytime you as a man is having intercourse in the dream with a spirit spouse, something is taken out of you. Anytime you, a lady, is having intercourse in the dream with a spirit husband, something is deposited into you. Take note, the spiritual controls the physical. How do you get involved in these demonic marriages? Number one, if there is a covenant by your parents or by your forefathers, if there is any covenant of idolatry, if your parents have for any time bowed down to any god or worship any god or paid homage to any idol aside the living God, they are brought into marriage with that idol. They are brought into an intimate relationship. And that's why sometimes you see, because these demonic idols demand incision, circumcision, cut here, they'll plant this one, cut here, they'll plant this one. Sometimes they demand for blood. They will say, okay, they will cut in the ancient times, if two parties or two people are engaged or want to get into marriage, the way they seal up that covenant in the relationship is by virtue of exchanging their blood. In the Igbo, in the Eastern culture, the lady cuts her finger, the man licks the blood, the man cuts his finger, the lady licks the blood, and they have they've sealed up their covenant for marriage. And anyone that breaks this covenant or goes to marry another or sleep with another, the covenant, the blood that you took in will begin to fight against that person. Some of you say superstitious belief. It is not. It is real. So if your parents, your ancestors ever worshipped any idol, you are covenanted into it. Why I am bringing this point is for some ladies or some men that have never known promiscuity, have never known infidelity, have never lived a careless life, yet they are experiencing this dilemma. They've been in church all along. They've grown to know Christ. They've accepted Christ, serving God with all fervency of spirit, with everything that is in them. Yet they get back home at night, lie down to sleep, and then here is this spirit spouse coming to mess them up. And they keep wondering, I'm not living a careless life. I'm not messing up myself. How come I'm still having this intercourse in the dream? Most of them hide it. You hide it under a wrapped hair or tied hair. You hide it under wearing skirts and wearing gown. You feel that it's only those that wear trousers and expose their sensitive parts that are susceptible to spirit husband. Is a lie. You that is tying your hair with turban and wearing skirt and covering your neck. I am not saying it's bad to cover your neck or cover your clothes, cover your body to your neck. You know that when you go to sleep, a man comes to sleep with you. A man comes to have sex with you that is not your husband. You're not even married, you're having sex. You wake up, you pretend as if nothing happened. You still go to church, go to choir, go to drama group, go to ushering department and still usher people. And yet you're in church, you're in you're hearing the word of God, you're praying, yet you're not seeing any progress in your life. You're encountering delays, you're encountering disappointments. Beautiful lady, beautiful handsome man, and people keep coming to you for marriage, yet the marriage never gets to happen. It never happens. It does not take place. You keep encountering heartbreaks, disappointments, and sometimes you look at yourself in the mirror and say, what is happening to me? What is happening to me? Sometimes you say, am I not beautiful? Am I not okay? You see a decent lady, yet no man is saying hi. And if there is anyone that says hi, is that drug addict or that drunkard that comes to tell you, hey baby, Afa, I want to marry you. And you look at him stark drunk. And you're asking yourself, is that the brothers in the church are not seeing? Hey, you are suffering from spirit husband or spirit wife. Or you, a man, no matter the lady you talk to, she sees nothing good in you. She sees nothing good in you. They will tell you, I like you as a friend, but honestly, I cannot date you. What happened? And sometimes it fights your finances. So no matter the effort you put in, they call you lazy. You're not lazy. It's just that something is fighting your efforts. So no matter the effort you put in to be able to make money, no matter the effort you put in to be able to, have a living, it is shattered. It is wasted. You plunging money to business, they tell you something happened, everything is gone. These are very clear signs of spirit spouses. And so don't just look at promiscuity or infidelity or careless living as the sole reason for spirit spouses. The first reason is coming from a foundation where idols were worshipped. That's the first reason. And so if you're like all of us that had these issues, because I had it and God delivered me, it's time for you to look at your background. Where am I coming from? Where am I coming from? Ask your parents question. Ask your mother. When you got married, were there times when a man comes to sleep with you in the dream? Ask your father, before you got married, were there times where you were having intercourse in the dream? Ask them questions. If you can, if they will answer you. The second reason is promiscuity, careless living. Take notes. If you are used to living a careless life, you are jumping from one man to another. Every man that comes and asks you out for a relationship, or asks or demands your hand in marriage, or comes to court you, the first thing you do with the person in the course of the relationship or in the course of courting is to sleep with a man or sleep with a lady. And something happened along the line. The relationship could not pull through. Then another came. You still slept with that one. As long as you keep depositing your sperms to different women, and you keep opening your leg for sperms of different men to be planted into you or deposited into you, you are a candidate for spiritual marriages. Because you don't know the person you will sleep with or you have sex with that has this spirit husband. It's transferable. If you have sex with anybody that is suffering from spirit husband, you have collected and harvested spirit husband. If the man is suffering from the torment of spirit wife and you sleep with him and you're not yet married, you have harvested that demonic spirit into you. Because you're not just sleeping with the man alone, you're sleeping with him and his spirit wife. And what do devil do? They want to also multiply. They need more candidates. We are not dealing with flesh and blood here. We are dealing with spirits. So you don't know when they enter. You don't know when they gain access. The moment you break the covenant of God or you break the laws of God, you are susceptible, you are open for the evasion of demonic spirits.